Hello, everybody. Oh, yep. My kids are right here with us today. But we are so excited to talk about Gold School and everything that we learned today. So I am going to start us out though with a Bible study. And this is one on the Bible app here on my phone. And it is all about servant leaders. Now, just a second. Let me get it pulled open. Okay, so the one I'm going to read today comes from the book of First Chronicles, and it is about servant leaders committing to the growth of other people. And I feel like it really lined up with all the things that we actually learned at Gold School, which was not just talking about growing ourselves, but also talking about the growth of other people that we can impact. So in the book of First Chronicles, King David provides an example of servant leadership. When David finally comes into his own as a leader, he invests his talent in developing others. Contrary to his predecessor Saul's fears of rival, David surrounds himself with a company who exploits rival his own. This is in First Chronicles chapter 11, verse 10 through 47. He honors them. He encourages their fame and promotes them. God uses David's willingness to sponsor and encourage people to build David's own success and to bless the people of his realm. Servant leaders invest in the growth of those they serve. Watch Mark Canlis, co-owner of Canlis, one of the top 20 restaurants in the United States, is rated by Gourmet Magazine, talk about work as a place where people grow into who they try to become. Hang on just a second. That was just a good video that goes along with this study. And the reflection on this study is, how can you invest in the long-term professional, personal, and spiritual growth of those you lead? How would this affect the climate of your workplace or the future of your company? Lord Jesus, give me wisdom to see how to invest in the development of those I'm leading. May we grow in becoming the people you created us to be. And so it gives examples. Honey, you're going to have to take that away from what I am doing. Go. Sorry. For what we preach is not ourselves, but Jesus Christ as Lord, and ourselves as servants for Jesus' sake. That is 2 Corinthians verse 4. And the other verse that goes with it is First Chronicles verse 11. These were the chiefs of David's mighty warriors. They, together with all Israel, gave his kingship strong support to extend it over the whole land as Lord had promised. And it kind of goes through the story of David and how he used his position of leadership to grow others. And I feel like that is what we should be focusing on as leaders in our Plexus business, is not only obviously growing ourselves as leaders and growing ourselves just in personal development and our relationship with Jesus Christ, but also helping others do the same thing, helping them to be the best version of themselves, helping them to be the version that God wants them to be for their family, as well as for their team. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit about what my favorite takeaway was. Hang on, let me get Ruby down before she headbutts herself on the ground. Here, get down. The thing that I took away the most, Loretta, she's okay. Sorry. My kids are almost too little to entertain themselves and do their own thing while I work. So my biggest takeaway from Gold School, or one of my biggest takeaways, was just talking about how to take micro commitments every day and sow seeds for later. So sowing seeds for later, in our little workbook that they gave us, it talks about how it only takes about 15 minutes a day. And one of the things that I wasn't doing on social media, or even I do it in real life, but on social media, is making sure that I am investing in other people and staying engaged. Absolutely not. Do not talk to me while I am talking. Hang on just a second.
I'm going to take over real quick and just touch on her servant leadership while she's getting settled. Whenever I feel like that was one pivotal point in my business is whenever I learned to serve other people better, because I'm definitely a type of person that I feel like a lot of times that I can do it. I know how to sign people up. I can just do it myself. It's easier sometimes just to do things yourself instead of investing in other people, because you can't control somebody else. You can't control how somebody else is doing something, but it's so hard to make it to like the top of this company doing it by yourself. So whenever I finally like put that aside, like I can break this down, I can show how other people how to do the things, I can take the time, and instead of maybe focusing on my own business a couple days a week, I can really help other people focus on their people. And that's something that I feel like really gave our team a burst of momentum, is just truly taking the time to hold other people's hands and show them how to be successful in this as well. Maggie, are you ready to take back over?
Yes, I am so sorry. We have had a very scary, rough morning. So anyway, what I was trying to talk about was in sowing those seeds for later. I never even thought about taking the time like on social media. You do it in real life. You walk up to somebody, you have small talk, you talk to them, you ask them how their life is going. You invest in the relationship with other people. I mean, we want to have relationships with others. And on social media, a lot of times we want to share, and just like, because we're so invested and we're so excited about this company and all the products and everything that they can do to help better our lives and better, our finances, as well as better our like actual physical health. And what they talked about is taking just your first 15 minutes a day that you're working and going on social media, and instead of scrolling for 2 hours and looking at stuff and liking stuff, actually going through and investing in others and commenting on people's posts, as well as like going and like joining groups and things on social media that interest you and that like you feel like you can invest in yourself and create new relationships within these other groups, like a homemakers group, or like for me it's like homeschooling and canning and all that stuff. I have made relationships with people in those groups, and then those people turn around and they're like, wow, what are you doing? Like you are looking so good, and I would really like to try your products. And those things I didn't necessarily think about, just taking the first 15 minutes of my day to sow those seeds for later. When they were breaking down the time that each task should take us every day, I was really like comforted in the fact that most of these tasks that we have to do take about 15 minutes. There were one that takes longer, and that is what Kara said, which is investing in others and investing in your team and teaching your team to do what you do. And you can't get to the top of this company by yourself. You want to bring other people along with you. And so Gold School, for me, I am so excited that I earned it. I am so happy that I took the time, found the babysitters, and invested in myself and went. And I'm looking forward to going over my book and really just like fine tuning what I'm doing in my business to be able to help other people do exactly what I'm doing and get to Gold School and get the training for themselves, as well as just being able to grow all the way around. I've lost, so I hope you can still hear me, but that is all that I have today, which is just making sure that you're taking those little micro commitments for yourself every day and being able to teach those to others, because most of the tasks that we do and that your team leaders like Kara and Amanda and Bailey and anybody that is your sponsor has given you, that just like little checklist that we need to do to have the best day in Plexus. And most of those take about 10 to 15 minutes to do. And so it's not so overwhelming when you look at all the tasks you have for the day. You know that you can take 15 minutes to get this task done, and then 15 minutes later to get this task done. And it just takes a lot of time blocking and just really commitment to yourself and to your business to make sure that you're growing.
Whenever she talks about like the micro commitments of it, this is the biggest chunk of, they went over something called win the day. So I love our system. I'm going to continue to use our system. I think that we've hit a gold mine with buy, sell, trade sites. I think that's one reason that I'm successful. My sisters are successful. So many people on our team have been able to grow so fast is because buy, sell, trade sites. But I also understand there's definitely seasons whenever you're trying to do the sites and you feel like you're not getting comments, or maybe you've gotten blocked from a group, so you can't even post. And then you guys are sitting there and you're like, what in the world do I do now? I don't know how to work my business. So I was really, really excited that they broke down this win the day system, because this is something that we can use alongside the system that we already have. And then we can also maybe work it more diligently in the seasons when we feel like we're blocked or we're just not getting something from those sites. And the win the day thing is, it takes 2 hours a day of your time. But the best thing about it is it doesn't have to be all in one day. So if you can do this 2 times a week, or if you can do it 30 minutes a day and do a win the day over that period of time, the biggest thing, the same thing that makes it so important is consistency. So that is the key in everything, consistently doing our buy sell trade system, but also consistently implementing this. I won't get into the whole entire training for win the day, but I definitely plan on implementing that in our team. And we're going to do a training and breaking that down and how that works. So you can expect that coming this month. But her talking about the micro commitments, the thing that takes the longest part is, she says, moving people from the next step in the relationship. And I loved what Kara did for us last week. And she asked us the questions and she asked us what we're doing and basically taking inventory. And that's basically what that's doing. You're taking inventory of what you've done, where you're at in a conversation with people, where you're at in the relation with people, and you're moving the needle to the next step. So that's current customers. That's also people that you are working on, and you have those conversations, and it's building the relationships as well. But I will be quiet and we'll pass it over to Barbara.
Hey, so I had an amazing time at Gold School and we learned so much, and a lot of things opened my eyes that I didn't even really think about. So something I want to just start with is, God blesses us when we are obedient and we help others and help others get to places that we're at in our lives. And our job is to sow those seeds like Maggie was talking about. So if we think that, we're going to be able to work this business on our own and be able to achieve, the things like Kara has achieved and so on, we're going to have to bring others with us. We want to be able to bless others with the financial freedom that we have been blessed with, and we see others that are blessed with. So we all know that, investing in our team is important. Sometimes we get caught up, though, in investing in ourselves versus investing in our team, such as, trying to help others get signed up and so on, and posting in buy sell trade sites. And we don't take that time to help people on our team who want to reach the financial freedom that a lot of us have. So one thing that they said was, your goal is to educate and inspire. Investing in people equals investing in your business, which is 100% true. I want to show this really scary chart. Hold on. Let me figure out how to. Okay. So they showed us this chart. Right here is a gold team at the top that is 20 level ones. Can y'all see that okay? Okay. Yeah. That is 20 level ones. This is me. Okay. And this is a lot of us, actually. whether we recognize it or not. And seeing it on this chart just shows, I mean, it just puts it in perspective for me. So you go down here to Ruby. If we're gold, this is our goal right here, but not like this. Okay. So right here is 50 level ones. That is a lot of work and a lot of no sleep. Okay. That is not why we are in this business. We want freedom. We want time freedom. And to be able to do that, we have to invest in others. Okay. So on this page, they talked about without duplication, network marketing is just a job. We don't have any freedom. We don't have the ability to, take our kids somewhere in the middle of the day or go to their things that they may have going on at school and stuff like that. And we want that financial freedom. We want that freedom for ourselves. So the goal is to schedule this freedom. Now on this side, it shows a better gold team and a better Ruby team. So right here, there are on this gold has 4 brand ambassadors underneath her. So if these 4 brand ambassadors have 4 people underneath them, you are a gold ambassador, and so on with the Ruby. So just to look at that and to see that, okay, right here, I'm doing a lot less work and I have more time to invest into my customers and my leaders on my team. So by doing this, we are able to help them reach the goals that they want to reach, as well as ourselves. And something else I wanted to talk about was teaching others to do what we do. When Kara first taught me, she would send me bit by bit, and that way, like if I posted in a buy sell trade site, she would send me exactly what I needed to say or do or whatever before I could go on to the next step. Well, Anne's on here. I know she is, but I was teaching Anne and I made a video and I told her all the things. Well, that didn't work. So I have broke it down and started leading her little by little. That way, once we get past the first step, we can go to the next step. And that way she can be more successful and get used to doing the things that she needs to do. So I felt like that was a very eye-opening to me. They told us, you're not the expert, you are the referrer, you're not the hero, you are the guide. So it really opened a lot of things for me and definitely made me want to spend more time investing in my team. So just me personally, I have a group on Facebook to talk to my team through, and I've been posting more tidbits of information and tips and things to do as far as Facebook algorithm and stuff like that. And if you haven't looked into the algorithm, it's going to be pretty beneficial to you if you do. And one thing I wanted to share too, I'm not going to necessarily show you this map, but what they wanted us to do was make a kind of like one of those brainstorming charts with something in the middle and they branch out. So what you do is you put you in the middle of it and branch out. Kara, you got a picture of it? Kara's got a picture of it. Okay. You branch out all of your brand ambassadors. So for example, I'd have me in the middle and Anne would be off of me. So once you do that, or you can also put people that would have potential to do this business or have been interested or anything like that, you can do that and go one by one and invest in those people. So it kind of just puts it in perspective and it puts it on paper for you instead of just all in your brain trying to figure it out. You have it right there in front of you. So I thought that was a pretty awesome little activity that we done. So yeah, that's what I got. And you want to go to Gold School, you want to reach that level because they dropped us with some awesome information, and plus it's a ton of fun. So thanks, guys.
They broke this down in phases too. They talked about in your business, you have 3 different phases, because she was talking about like all the work that you're doing and not having any time. She said, whenever we're first starting, and this is definitely a testament. She had us I'll skip that part. This is definitely a testament to my business. Phase one is where you feel like you're doing all of this work, you're putting in all this time and all this effort, and your paycheck does not necessarily reflect all of the time and effort that you're putting into it, because it takes a lot of work to not only be building your own business, but also be investing other people. It's more hours than money that you're making in phase one. But then you get to phase two and you're putting in these hours and you're working on your team, and and then you get your paycheck, and it's a reflection of how much work that you're putting in. It's about even of the amount of time versus the amount of money that you get in. And then you get to phase three and you are putting in these hours of work, but then you get this paycheck that's like way exceeds the amount of hours that you are putting in for your business. And just wanting to be a testament of how accurate that is. Last month for me, we went to Hawaii. We were there for 11 days. And I did not put in a ton of work. I signed up 7 people. I still worked consistently throughout the month or whatever, but I didn't just really wasn't busting my butt the whole month. So I signed up 7 people. I have a team, and we signed up like over 200 people. And then our team also grew by, over 100 and something points last month as well. And this is what this business can turn into, is it's going to continue to grow and build, even though you're not having to put in so much time and effort all the time. And I just want you guys to see that vision, because sometimes in the beginning it's hard. Sometimes we're putting in so much work and you're like, oh my gosh, is this worth it? I promise you guys, it is worth it. And another huge statistic that they gave, which I thought was incredible, was 95% of people that stay with the same company and consistently put in effort will make it to the top of the company within 10 years. It took me 9 years to make it to the top of the company, but within those, like if I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to work for 8, 9, 12 years to get that degree. And I'm making doctor money as a Diamond ambassador. And instead of just getting in all of this debt in those first 9 years to get to the top of the company, I was earning money along the way. I was replacing my income along the way. I was bringing in a good income and helping other people along the way. So it just took that. I just am wanting to really stress that it's worth that time. It's worth that sacrifice, and it's worth the effort to do it. Sarah, you ready to take over? Trying to unmute you.
Hello.
Thanks.
Okay, so last week you talk about me?
I was talking about Sarah. Sorry.
Oh,
I was
I was
trying
like,
to mute Sarah.
wait a minute. I'm kind of off guard here.
Sorry, Sarah.
Scared me.
I'm so glad you're willing just to take over though. You're like,
I was just like, hey, I can wing it.
Oh no. It should be at the bottom. Usually there's like a view thing. I keep asking to, so I can't hear you. On your phone, where is it, guys? Where she'd press the unmute. You're on your phone, aren't you, Sarah? Is somebody on their phone that has, like, Maggie, do you know where it would be on your phone?
Yeah, so click the screen, like click Kara's face or whoever's talking's face, and then you can click, it's the far left bottom button. It says mute.
I wish I could forcefully unmute people. Like it won't let me unmute somebody unless they give me the okay.
Sarah, do you see a little microphone icon next to your video icon? Little microphones, you mute and unmute. Mine's right by my video icon.
Dangerous.
You could maybe like hop on or hop off and then jump back on, and it'll probably come in with audio if you can't figure it out. I know that happens to a lot of people as well.
I had one more thing that I forgot to say, if you want me to take over for a second while she gets that her sound on. They were talking about like, because I was focusing on actual like social media posts, and they were talking about how when you're posting about the business, it is really beneficial to take time to post 80% like interesting things, I guess, or things about yourself, like just your own things, and then 20% Plexus. You can like wiggle in Plexus in it, and they're like, it doesn't mean you have to post less about yourself. It's just post more about yourself and then post more about Plexus. Like, just make sure that you have like a good ratio of even, so that it's not your profile isn't consistently all Plexus. And I know with the way that we do things with the buy sell trade sites and everything like that, we are wanting to get people's attention with our post, and like use our post to reach out to people that we aren't necessarily close with, like people that we've met on the internet. And so I feel like for what I do, what a ratio that works really well for me is not necessarily the 80-20, but more like 50-50. Everybody's ratio is going to look different, but just make sure that whatever you're doing, you're being very consistent for the algorithm.
I like the 50-50 ratio because it helps people get to know you as well, especially strangers from buy sell trade sites, and then makes it like they can trust you. Can you not get it, Sarah? Hang on. While she's still working on that, one of the things I wanted to talk about is, like, we keep saying Gold School, and I don't know if everybody on here is fully familiar with that and how you get that and why you would even go. So in order to go to Gold School, you either have to rank up to gold or senior gold, or you have to develop a gold or senior gold, which is helping a level 1 reach gold or senior gold. So they have Gold School every quarter. They've had one in Dallas. I think they've had one in Minnesota. And then this time was in Nashville. They haven't announced the next location for it yet. But if you rank up to gold or help develop a gold within like this next quarter, you will be invited to the next Gold School. So I 100% recommend that you do whatever you can to get there, get your teams there. They just pour so much life and belief into you while you're there. And then I feel like you get such a taste of our Plexus culture and what they're like. They did not let anybody go hungry. They were feeding everybody snacks. They fed us lunch, fed us dinner, fed us breakfast. They gave us gifts. Our president was there, got to know him better. So there was just, I mean, you guys know, I feel like Plexus is the biggest blessing, and they go above and beyond. And they did such a great job at Gold School as just letting people see what type of company that you are a part of. Hey, you're unmuted.
Okay, along with what Maggie and Barbara Ann said, I took a lot of things from Gold School, and I'm so glad that I was able to go. One of my issues is, in order to grow, I'm going to have to step out of our comfort zone. And you all will know, they told us that if you all notice anything big that's happened in our life, it's been uncomfortable. You know, we've had to do something out of our comfort zone to make that work for some reason. So my issue was, I don't like doing videos. I've never done them. So I've got to work on putting ourselves out there. And another thing that they had mentioned was, instead of always typing video or messages to our potentials, you know, do a voice recording. That way they can see and hear the tone of your voice and know that you are sincere about what you're talking about, and that you're not just trying to get their money, trying to get another point, trying to get a raise up in the rank and that thing. They want to feel important, as we want to feel important, and they want to feel that we generally care about them and their health journey, and that we just don't drop them as soon as we get them signed up as VIP. So along with what Barbara Ann and them said, that is what I need. It hit home for me because, you know, I do generally care, because that's the reason why I started the products. And I love the products because it has helped me health-wise. And I love helping people. So I'm going to have to start doing a little bit more of the videos. And I think when people see us at our most vulnerable state, they're like, this person really does care. If she cares about the products, then I think I'm going to invest in her. And I have done that recently with a couple of VIPs that I've signed up, and they have been so appreciative that I have taken time out of my schedule and my life to invest in them and their journey and what they're going through. Because I had one potential that she has tried everything on the market, and she was really skeptical about even signing up because nothing else has worked for her. But I talked to her, and then I even called her on the phone and we've talked. And I think that was the turning point for her, that I stepped out of my comfort zone and I put in the time to her. So I think I don't have a lot to say on that other than we need to start doing things that make us uncomfortable to help us grow. Because if we don't and we stay in the back, because that's what I started doing. I stayed in the back, watched everybody do everything else, like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, we can do that. We're doing that as Gold. We are leaders, and that's what they told us. You know, we are leaders from here on out, and we've got to put in that work and that effort and let people know that we do care. You know, we're not just, we really care about their health, and we want them to have the benefits that we have, whether it's financial or health. So I loved it, and I want everybody else to go too.
I feel like something will almost shifts whenever we like take ownership of our organization and take ownership of our business. And you're like, okay, I truly am a leader and these people confided in me. And that's what we talk about all the time. It's the speed of the leader, the speed of the team. Whatever you are doing is what your people are going to do. People that Sarah sign up have no idea who Kara Flippin is. So they're watching Sarah. They're not paying any attention to Kara. So it's great that she's like, I can step up. I could be the leader. Okay. I think that's all. I think that's all we had for today. Our time's running out anyway, and I know we've been on here a little bit, but I just hope that it gave you guys some things to think about. Amanda or Bailey, did you want to add anything before we jump off? We are having a fall party on October 14th at Bailey and Kara. Right?
Yeah, Bailey and Kara's
Yes.
house.
Yes, we're having a fall party there. We've sent out some Facebook invites. If you didn't get one, just say something in the chat. We'll make sure that you get added to it as well. But one of the best things about Gold School for us was us riding in the car together for like 8 hours and having time to just really bond and get to know each other better. I think we all feel a little bit closer to each other and just developing those relationships. And sometimes you forget how much you just need fellowship and friendship. And that's something that this business has done for a lot of us, is just given us that community. So we're excited to get together in person and just have fun and fellowship together, and got food and some giveaways and gifts and things like that for you guys. So just want an opportunity to love on you guys in person. So anyway, I'll see you guys on Facebook, and thank you so much for jumping on here with us. Bye.